Is your email list effective? Are you converting people into customers from all the emails that you're building and sending out? If not, we're going to go over the exact way you can skyrocket your conversion rates with the approach of signal analytics in this video. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm Dan Saavedra from Merger Data, and this is day 35 of 90 of the YouTube sprint on signal analytics. And today we're going to be talking about how you can skyrocket email conversion rates with this approach of signal analytics. If you are a B2B marketer or even B2B sales, you have email sequences that you send out to people. You might have funnels that send them automated emails. You might just send blasts, whatever it may be. This is how you're going to get better conversion rates from those emails so you can actually see high ROI on these activities. So let's get into it. It hurts really, really bad when you are sending out emails to everyone you've worked really hard to get on your list, to get into your funnel, and they're just not converting. We see it time and time again, tens of thousands of people on these company lists that weren't even purchased. They were actually opted into at one point, and they keep sending out these large emails and no one's converting. Some get 0 conversions, and it hurts because you've been going through all of this process of creating the email, trying to think about what the customer cares about, getting it approved from the higher ups to send out, or you might be a marketing leader or a sales leader who have been involved in this strategy and it's just not paying off at all. And so you end up having emails that are generalized and ineffective. That hurts. You're not differentiated from any of your competitors. People don't care enough to click on their overcrowded inboxes. And so it's completely ineffective. 2, you have brand damage. People think, do they even know me? And then if you had good momentum with these people, with these contacts who are either customers or leads, they're going to wonder how good your operations are, how well you actually understand their problems, and whether or not it makes sense to do business with you. And so you can actually have a negative effect if you're sending out bad sequences to your clients and to your prospects. And then 3, when you add it all up, labor and the tech to get this done, you have negative ROI. You're not making any money. You're just burning cash. It's not even worth it. You'd be better off not even sending emails sometimes than all the effort and investment that you're putting into it. So let's get into how to solve this. You're going to reverse engineer the signals. So once again, signals and signal analytics is all about finding these data points in all of your data that indicate whether or not a prospect is likely to convert into a very good customer of yours, a very good fit, one that is not high maintenance, you can generate a profit off of, you can work well with and get great results, right? And so we're going to reverse engineer the signals by doing these steps. 1, we are going to create contact cohorts. So all of our contacts we're going to put them into buckets based off of multiple data points that we have about them. It's going to be things like job title, life cycle stage, company headcount, department, years of experience, gender, industry, time and role, company revenue, any data point that you have that's going to be significant in understanding your contact, you're going to use it to bucket people into. And then 2, you're going to look at and understand the messaging that converted highest from stage to stage for those contacts. So if you have these people broken up by life cycle stage, you know they're at the SQL life cycle stage or the opportunity life cycle stage. You're going to see what messaging converted them from the previous stage that they were in to the current one, whether this was an ad that they clicked, whether this was a conversation they had directly with the human being. And specifically, what we're really going to look for are the generalized pain points that were addressed at the time that led up to the conversion. This is the secret sauce, the gold. You need to understand the pain points of those core cohorts that cause them to convert. The pain points that you surfaced and discussed or showed in an ad or a video where they said, that's exactly what I'm going through. Let me see what else they have. Let me see what this resource is. Let me talk to a salesperson. These are the main focus areas, the gold that you need in order to be successful in these next steps. So 3, you're going to segment your contacts into these cohorts and pain points. So now you did these first 2 things. You have the cohorts, you have the pain points, and now you're going to group them together And these are your signal groupings. So you could have cohort 1 facing pain point 1. You could have cohort 1 if that's facing pain point 2. And so you have all of these different segmentations that you're using, and these are your signal groupings, right? So people who had specific pain points that fit other dimensional data, that's a signal because they converted to the next life cycle stage after hearing that pain point and how you can solve it. So then next, you're going to rewrite your copy, meaning your funnels and blasts should be catered exactly to these groups. You shouldn't have these blasts going out to everyone on your list unless it's a very generalized announcement that is actually relevant to everyone on your list. Funnels should not have everyone going down the same steps unless you are only focusing on one cohort and you know that they're already in that cohort, that they're facing the specific pain points. Then you should cater your messaging exactly to that. Otherwise, you should be sending people different messages based off of different criteria. They're facing different problems. They're facing different levels of the same problem. MQL shouldn't be getting the same emails as an open opportunity. If you send an open opportunity, the exact same email as an MQL, they're going to wonder what the heck you're talking about, because MQLs are more generalized conversations. You're fishing for different pain points, but opportunities you've already spoken with. So they expect to have communications that are extremely relevant to what you've talked to them about already, what they've opted into. And so you need to consider that when sending out blasts. With funnels, if you can break it down by things like company headcount and company revenue, as well as the life cycle stage that they're in of the funnel and their job title, you're going to have much more relevant copy. Even if a $1 million a year company is facing the same problem, same pain point as a $100 million a year company, the communication is going to be different about that pain point. There are going to be nuances to it. You're not facing the exact same situation when you're at a $1 million company compared to a $100 million company. It's just not going to happen. It's the same with if you're facing an organization who's 10 people compared to 150 people. It's not the same dynamics. They have a different work experience. The pain point might be categorized as the same, but the details are very different. So you need to rewrite your copy. Last but not least, segment your funnels. Like I've been talking about, use this new copy in branches of automated marketing sequences for specific segments. Talked about it, I'm not going to talk about it more. And then last but not least, we've gone over this in other videos, but signals are the combination of these four things, and that's what we're doing here with this email segmentation. You're going to blast off your conversion rates if you nail the signals that the best prospects are showing when converting from stage to stage, and then you match your messaging to that. And so first step, we need to get the signals like we talked about. The four components: attribution, unit economics, dimensional data, conversion optimization. We need to understand these data points to get a real signal. We need to cross-reference these things because that is more powerful than a single data point. We need references to other data points. We need to understand where the data lies in the entire landscape, the entire picture, and this is how we do it. Attribution is not perfect. It is incomplete, but it is still a good part to include in signals with the understanding that it's not perfect. Unit economics are critical. You need to understand how certain prospects in certain dimensional categories converting at certain rates, how that leads to actual profit, actual time to conversion, time to make back the money it costs to acquire that person, all that stuff. Then conversion optimization is just figuring out how these people move through the funnel, their velocity, their momentum, and how that ties back to everything else. So that's signals. Take one action. If you found this video was useful, share it in a company chat. I ask you, please. You really can make a big impact here with email conversions. When people feel like they're speaking to you, we see it all the time in our prospects communicate or in our clients' communications. When they cater these messages directly to people so that it feels like they're being talked to directly, conversion rates go up. And you can do that in a lot of ways. We do it here with Signal Analytics. Hopefully that helps out with you. If you're in B2B, try this out. Just do a test for one blast, try to cater it. the messaging for specific cohorts of people. In next video, maybe this will be interesting, maybe not, I don't know. Measuring dark attribution channels with signal analytics. So there are ways to get general ideas of attribution from channels that you typically wouldn't be able to measure directly. And so we're going to do that. Subscribe on YouTube or via the link in the description. If you do it in the description, then you'll get our free resource, the Signal Constructor tool. We've gotten great feedback on that already. It'll allow you to build out these exact signals, the criteria for those signals to lead to specific actions, so you can map it out for your whole team. I'm Dan Savager from Merger Data. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope to see you on the next one.